Okay, so I love podcasting. Podcasting is one of the best ways to have long-form conversation. Sorry about that, didn't mean to shake you up there. Let me rephrase this. Podcasting really is the best way to break things down in society.
If you're an artist and you're watching this right now and you really want to learn about artistry and music and hustle and grind and work and sweat, go to New York City. Do not come here to LA until you're ready to be chewed up, spit out, and on, because that's what this is. And if you can fight through that, you will win, and I can promise you more success, but you got to be ready to fight.
Any barriers, any questions, any mysteries, any topics that you really want to hone in on and dig in on, I think podcasting is the best way to do it.
How you doing? Damian Lemar Hudson, how's it going, man?
I'm doing well, Dusky boy. How are you?
Pretty good. Mr. Voyager, Mr. Love, Mr. DLH, singer, songwriter, music producer, photographer, all-around artist, and also a father. How's it been being a father?
Father is, that's the best part. Father is working hard. Father is hard working. Father is a reason to work even harder. Before I was a dad, I worked hard, but it was a different kind of work, There was a different reasoning behind everything.
I had a podcast once, and even before that, we did another podcast with some homies of mine, and Shwai was in charge of it, and that didn't happen, so that one deflated pretty quick. But then I did another podcast which was called Music and Mental Health, and I started that one with my buddy Brandon David, and that was really fun, brought in a lot of cool people, and also had an amazing guest host the second season, my brother Jacob Lucero. He's doing amazing things now. And now, lately, I don't have a podcast, so I'm kind of podcast sad. Not really, but my throat is a little sore, and I am a little hoarse. And I'm not here to talk about my podcast. You know what I'm here to talk about? I'm here to talk about these other podcasts, these two amazing podcasts that you need to know about right now. One being Dusky Boy OG. Dusky Boy hit me up, and this gentleman is a scholar. This gentleman is a voyager. This gentleman is on his way to big things. I see he has a vision. I see that he thinks on a grand scale, and he's got a lot of hustle, and he works really hard. So I hung out with him, but then I also want to highlight my brother Brad Brooks. This brother's like cold too. He's got a really cold podcast. It's called Grow Together, and I want to highlight that too. This brother does it all. I honestly see a lot of me in him. It's funny because he's a photographer, he's a designer, he's a recording artist, he's a singer, he's a song arranger, he's an artist, he's a voyager. I mean, what can I say? All I will say is this video is not sponsored by Aquafina, but I've been getting into bottled water lately, because lately I don't trust that tap water. I don't know. Something about that. Did I spit on the lens? It looks like a little drop went flying out and landed somewhere. It's a rainy day in LA, and let's go behind the scenes with Dusky OG and Brad Brooks. Grow Together. Podcast. Mano y mano. Check this out. So yeah, as you see, you know, that was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. Yeah, so as you see, you know, that was a lot of... Yeah, so as you see, you know, that... Yeah, so as you know, that was a lot of... So as you see, I love podcasts. Podcasts are a lot of fun. They're a great way to really just break things down, you know? So yeah. So yeah. I love podcasts. Podcasts are a lot of fun. They're a great way to talk to someone and to really grow to understand who that person is or what they've gone through. I mean, even listening to podcasts. I love listening to podcasts. Some of my favorite podcasts to listen to, of course, the mighty Joe Rogan. Absolutely incredible. I really want to give Joe Rogan a huge shout out because he really inspired all of my love for podcasting. I wouldn't have done any of the podcasting that I've done probably at all if it wasn't for Joe Rogan, because I've listened to hours and hours and hours and hours of Joe Rogan, and I've learned so much from Joe Rogan, and I've grown so much as an individual, as a human being from listening to Joe Rogan because he's so open. I think a lot of people think Joe Rogan is such a terrible person and is like right-winged or left-sided or whatever they try and pin him on. Like, those people really aren't listening to Joe Rogan because he's bringing on people from all walks of life, from people of all races, you know, all demographics, and it's incredible to witness, to hear, and truly motivating, truly inspiring. Shout outs to you, my morning Joe Rogan, as I sip on my Joe. And I also like Real Ones with John Bernthal. Yo, this is one of the coldest podcasts ever. John Bernthal brings on the realest individuals from, I would say, a bit more dramatic, you know, degrees of life. Like, these cats that come on John Bernthal's podcasts are warriors because they've been through the fire. I think that's the best way I could describe it, to not give too much away. But I think it's about challenges, people that have been through extreme challenges in life, and what that made out of them. And that almost connects me back to Joe Rogan. I just wanted to touch one more thing on him. It's like, look, everyone has made mistakes, right? Everyone has made mistakes. No one is perfect. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. You're not perfect. You've made mistakes. Joe Rogan's not perfect. He's made mistakes. John Bernthal's not perfect. He's made mistakes. I mean, Richard Pryor's not perfect. He's made mistakes. Kanye's not perfect. He's made mistakes. I'm sure Erykah Badu's not perfect. She's made mistakes. I'm sure Miles Davis isn't perfect. He's made mistakes. I'm sure Jimi Hendrix isn't perfect. He's made mistakes. We've all made mistakes. We've all been locked up in our own ways, in our own chains, in our own prisons, in our own walls, penalized for whatever we've done in society. But whatever we do in society and whatever mistakes we make, that does not determine who we are as human beings. And it's so important to remember that. And that's why I love Joe Rogan. And that's why I love Morning Joe, Morning Coffee. And podcasts are incredible. Make sure you check out Dusky OG, the Dusky, the Great Dusk. I'm going to be working with Dusky a lot. I can really feel that in the horizon. I feel that coming. Me and this cat got a lot of building to do. And Brad Brooks, the talented, the sensational, the GQ Gentleman's Quarterly, the Mr. Brooks of the Brad, sir. This gentleman. Yo, make sure you check out his podcast, Grow Together. I'm on both of those. And I'm starting a new podcast. And I'm going to be working with Brad a lot more too. Because I was actually just recording these vocals for him today, which took me a little bit longer than it should have. Took me a little bit longer. Especially when I opened it up and it was like, oh, that's all you wanted me to do. It literally took me 30 minutes to do it. But, you know, it took me some time to get to it. But I produced that track and it's a beautiful song and I want to keep producing more music for Brad. And I wish him the best. I wish Dusky Boy OG the best. Dusky OG. Brad Brooks. Check out their podcasts and make a podcast. Hey, maybe you want to make a podcast with me. Do you want to make a podcast with me? Should I bring back music and mental health? Or should I start something completely new? Should I invite people in here and make a podcast in here? Would that be a vibe? I think so.
Chilling, man. How you doing?
I'm good. Wait, did you park here?
I parked over there, like on the street. I think it's safe. I didn't see any
if you can
restrictions.
park there. I'm just saying, 'cause this is spot back here, too.
Oh, all good. Yeah, I'm cool. I like that sweater.
Bro.
Doing good, man.
See, you look spiffy, my man.
Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Oh, cool, man. How the tunes going?
Oh, sick. Did you see, hear what
I did. I was. Let's grow together.
I actually just wanted to just on the phone.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just cause like I'm for TikTok and everything.
BTS, you know what I'm talking about? Over here with my brother Brad Brooks. Let's Grow Together podcast in the studio. Take a quick walk through. You know what I'm saying? BTS. This is the Damian Lemar Hudson YouTube channel. Right now, we're on location with the legend in the making, Mr. Brad Brooks.
Awesome.
My brother, thank you so much, man.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, it's not appealing, is it? Let's try it. Oh, I'm trying this new plant back here. Let's see how this works. A couple cool things to note about the Dusky Boy OG podcast. I actually recommended this space. Well, it was an outdoor space that we went to. It wasn't really a space. It's this spot on the outskirts of the heart of LA that really kind of overlooks downtown, and it's near these train tracks. And he set up this incredible mobile podcast, essentially, and we just rolled over to this train track area and he set up the microphones with his partner. Shout outs to his homie, and they were an incredible team, incredible duo. We did a podcast outside in the middle of, you know, this like warehouse district. Pretty dope. So anybody saying that, oh, you can't do a podcast, or oh, I don't know where to do it, or I don't know how to be creative, like, yo, look at Dusky Boy OG, look what he did. Look what, I mean, I guess I did recommend that to him, but whatever. I mean, he still did it, and he's, you know, he still had the guts to follow through. Sometimes you might recommend something to people, or I might recommend something to people and be like, no, I don't want to do that, or it goes against this, or it goes against that. What's dope about him, he takes, you know, consideration for suggestions, and he follows through with it. And look, it's an amazing podcast. I highly, highly, highly recommend you check out the whole podcast, which brings me to my next topic. Check out the description in the joint down here, and you can find Dusky Boys podcast, and you can also find Let's Grow Together, the podcast by Brad Brooks, which I went out to this studio. I was either in Pasadena or Burbank, I can't remember, somewhere out towards the valley, and he's working in collaboration with a really amazing group of individuals who are doing a lot of creative stuff with photography. And like I said, I think Brad's an incredible artist, and he reminds me so much of myself because he's so into photography, and he's so into Dynasty, and he's so into you know, really taking the industry on, hands-on, ownership-wise, independent-wise, you know, like I love it. You know, that's where we at right now. 2023, you know, hopefully I didn't date this video, but hey, independent.
So that was great. Shout outs to Brad Brooks and Let's Grow Together podcast. Really cool stuff. Really cool space. Really cool energy. Really cool artists. Another day. Another vlog. What more can I say? I don't know. Just keep growing, I guess. If there's anything I can think of, leaving that. Never limit yourself in terms of growth. Never limit yourself in terms of learning or in terms of becoming a better person or a better version of yourself. Be the best that you can be and be all that you can be. And that's all I can say about that. Where's my car? My car is here. There's no tickets. I hope. I don't see any tickets. I hope not. In the valley. Gotta go get an oil change. And I gotta go see my wife and my daughter. Peace out. One love.
Own yourself. Own your rights. Own your publishing. Own as much as you can. Own as much as you can. Because it's you and it's your art, and don't let anybody take that from you. So make sure you also check out his podcast, Let's Grow Together, which is in the description down below. Yes. And don't forget to like and subscribe this video. Share it with someone. Please do that. Leave a comment. I'll respond. I promise I will. I love you all. I really do. I really do.